So if you've been feeling like you've lost touch with yourself, that life has been running you instead of the other way around, this one's for you. Today we're diving into how to reclaim your power. Simple, soulful steps that you can start right now because your power was never gone. It was buried. Hello, I am Sherry Brown. I'm here on this channel because I decided I'm going to start a channel. I'm not going to focus on the views, on the likes and the follows and the algorithm. I'm just going to say what I need to say because we all have this purpose. We all have this purpose of wanting to do the things that we want to do. In my life, I call that being a rebel. Are you a rebel? If you're a rebel, you belong here in this community, in this space. This is where I want to build a space for women who want to rebel from those societal norms, structures, those little boxes that we've been put into. We weren't made for a box. We were made for big rooms. We were made to expand our wings. We were made to shine our light, not to dim ourselves anymore. And whether you come from a background of, hardships and family dynamics that just taught you or programmed you to think that you were not enough, not good enough in your life, I'm here to tell you, you have all the power within you to change your life. When I was just a little girl, everything hit me like a ton of bricks. I was a brown-skinned girl. I was in a school full of kids who were, not my color, some white, some black, and I got teased from all angles. I got judged. And so what I did was I tried to mold myself to fit into that box. If that's you, if you've been fitting into a box your whole entire life, this is a space for you. In this channel, I'm going to be talking about deep-rooted rebellion, rooted issues from when we were young and maybe coming from your family dynamics, ancestral teachings. Maybe your parents or your grandparents didn't believe that they could be what they wanted to be because they were told that they needed to be a certain way. Well, this space is for you if you want to break the cycle. You're here because you're ready to break the cycle. So today I'm going to talk about how to reclaim your power. So this very first video is a step-by-step guide for you on how you can reclaim your power. Before we carry on, make sure to like and subscribe because this channel is new to me. I don't really know what I'm doing right now, but all I know is that my heart is telling me get online, talk to the community, talk to women who need to hear from you right now because they're feeling alone in their space and they need to feel like they're included in something. Today, this is your space to have a conversation. So if you like this channel, if you like this video, click the subscribe button, leave me a comment, tell me where you're from, what you're doing with your life right now, and where you want to be. So let's begin. So what does it mean to reclaim your power? So let's talk about what it actually means. It's not about becoming someone new. It's about coming home to who you've always been, becoming her. Before the expectations, before the people pleasing, before everyone told you that you needed to be someone that you were not, before the burnout and the self-doubt, before the imposter syndrome, before the fears of success or fears of failure. This is you coming back to you, reinventing yourself by claiming your power back. So it's saying, I am no longer available to shrink. It's choosing yourself even when it feels uncomfortable, because it will. It's remembering that you have agency even when life feels overwhelming. So step one is to get really honest with yourself. But this is not a question that is always easy to ask. Ask yourself one question first, and this is, where am I giving away my power? Who or what have I been prioritizing over my own truth? So ask those two questions. Where am I giving away my power? And who or what am I prioritizing instead of my truth? So this might look like I'm staying silent instead of speaking up. I'm too afraid of saying something to others in fear of them feeling uncomfortable or in fear of them not liking me in some way. If that's you, put it in the comments because I'm pretty sure all of us have felt that way. The other one is saying yes when you really want to say no. How many times have you said to people, yes, I'll do it. Yes, I'll do it. Yes, I'll do it. And deep down inside, you were saying, no, I don't want to do it, but I don't want to disappoint others. I want to be the good girl. We're not here to be the good girl anymore. We're here to be the rebel. When was the last time that you caught yourself dimming your light or making you feel like you needed to hide away so that you made other people feel comfortable, so that you didn't take up the room, so that your voice was like a little whisper in the corner and they didn't need to hear it because the light was on them and you felt afraid to show your light because others would look at you or judge you, reject you, abandon you, whatever that looks like for you. So here's what I want you to do with this step one is to get a journal out and start writing those honest answers to those two questions. Write it out, cry it out, laugh it out, whatever you feel. And don't judge yourself while you're writing, because honesty comes from authenticity. It doesn't come from trying to be perfect and knowing all the answers, but how you feel on paper and when it comes from your soul is perfect. It's perfect enough for you to understand where you've been lying to yourself and where others have been telling you how you should be. Okay, the second step is make an aligned decision. Make an aligned decision. So what do I mean by that? Your power comes back slowly, little by little, every time you make a decision that aligns with you, saying no to the things that you don't want to do when others expect you to say yes. The alignment is where you say no. The alignment is where you get to choose what it is you get to do. And maybe that feels like unfollowing other people that trigger you, and that's okay. If that aligns with you, that is your truth. You have every right to do that. Maybe it's carving out 10 minutes a day to just breathe and be with yourself. You don't need to show up for everything. You don't need to say yes to all the events. You don't need to do the dinner or the laundry or, picking up after other people. You get to sit down and breathe every once in a while. You get to choose yourself over others. Don't feel guilt around that, because that's aligned decision making. I choose to fill my cup first before I pour it out to other people. And this one's really important: communication and truth. If you feel like you need to say something to somebody, but your voice just shakes because you don't know how to get that truth out, take time, think about it, and say it. Because if you say it, it'll become easier to speak your truth with those around you. There's so many people who expect you to be and say a certain thing, and at the end of the day, they're not happy because you said something they didn't like. And that's what you're afraid of. You're afraid that you won't be the good girl anymore. So really speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. These micro moves of integrity create momentum. They create a belief in your brain that says it's safe. It's safe to speak my truth. It's safe to say no to things. It's safe to love myself. It's safe to give myself self-care when I need it. And I don't need permission. Say this affirmation: every time I choose myself, I come back to home. Every time I choose myself, I come back to home. Now, step 3 is set a boundary. Boundaries aren't walls. They're bridges to freedom. This is a way of saying I honor my energy, and this is how I treat the world to treat me. Pick one area of your life where you've been overgiving and undervaluing yourself, and set that boundary that feels doable for you. Just one boundary today. That could say, you know what? I need some time before I commit. I need to think about this. Or it could say, let the calls go to voicemail. Or it could say, I'm taking space for myself from draining dynamics. I don't really feel like going on that coffee date. And it's not selfish. It's sacred. And step 4 is very important. And this one is about reconnecting with the things that light you up. So today, just reconnect with one thing that lights you up. And whether that's self-care, so be it. Because when we're stuck in that survival mode, joy and creativity, those things can start to feel like luxuries. And we want that to be a daily practice for us, to be able to enjoy and create in our own luxury. That is our luxury. We want to be able to have consistent joy and happiness in our life, not feel like those things only come once in a while, because the joy and that creativity that you have within you is your fuel for your power. So ask yourself the question: what used to light me up before the world told me to grow up? Was it dancing? Was it painting? Was it nature? Was it music? Was it photography? What was that thing for you? Reclaiming your power also means reclaiming your spark, and you deserve to feel it inside again and again and again. Again, that comes with our box that we've been put into. You've got to be a certain way. You've got to act the role, and you get to take those times out only as a luxury, but they can be your daily practice if you let it, if you reclaim your power. So I want you to practice these 4 things today, okay? Because this is going to change your belief system of how you show up. You're going to see things start to happen in a different way. People might be shocked at first. They may not know why you're changing your mind on things, why you're acting a certain way. They might see that they're not comfortable with themselves because you're showing up this way, but let them feel uncomfortable. Remember, power isn't something you earn. It is something you remember. And the moment you start choosing yourself is the moment you start to rise. So if this spoke to you, I would love to hear what you think in the comments. How's this first video? What do you think? Really, honestly, truly, like, I really want to know, because I'm a little scared right now, but I'm choosing to conquer my fears. I'm choosing to reclaim my power today because there is so much to share. And there's so many parts of our lives that we have that have taught us something, but have also programmed us in a way. But we get to rewrite that story. We get to program our minds and the way we embody that powerful version of ourselves day to day, if we choose to. But if we choose to sit within the box, we choose to hide, we choose to dim our light, we choose to say yes to everything, then we're putting ourselves back into the space of letting ourselves get walked all over. And we don't want that. So thank you for joining this video. Remember, subscribe. I hope you do. And I will see you guys on the next video, hopefully, where we'll have more insight on how to be the rebel in your life. Reinvention. Bye for now.